Welcome to World Numismatic Finds, the ultimate treasure chest for coin enthusiasts where we dig out the hidden gems that could be worth a shocking fortune today. In this video, we reveal the top 4 rare USA 1 dime coins that every collector and even casual pocket change hunter dreams about. From the 1978 dime with no mint mark in dirty condition that carries a surprising premium, to the 1987 dime with a P mint mark, very dirty but shockingly valuable, the list only gets hotter. We'll also uncover the 1972 D dime in circulation condition that's drawing collector demand, and the 1999 P dime in fine condition, a coin modern yet already sparking attention in the numismatic market. Stay tuned, because each of these dimes might look ordinary, but their hidden value could make you feel like you've struck gold in your pocket. Let's get started up with the 1978 Roosevelt dime, a coin that on the surface may appear simple, even dirty or worn, yet behind its history and rarity it has turned the attention of collectors worldwide, and especially in the United Kingdom, where coin enthusiasts are constantly chasing the next unbelievable treasure story. This is not just a coin, this is a potential goldmine in disguise. To understand why the 1978 dime is so important, we first need to take a quick look at its background. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who had passed away just a year earlier. Roosevelt was a figure of great admiration, especially for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and his association with the March of Dimes charity gave the coin an even stronger cultural link to American history. By the time 1978 rolled around, these dimes had already been in circulation for over 30 years, struck in copper-nickel clad rather than silver, but still holding deep value for collectors. The Philadelphia Mint struck the 1978 dime with no mint mark, which is exactly the variety we're discussing today. And while millions were produced, survival in pristine high grades is far rarer than most imagine. When we turn the coin over in our hands, the design tells its own story. On the obverse, or the head side, we see the dignified portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt facing left, designed by John R. Sinnock. His features are bold and sharp in well-preserved coins, but in dirty or circulated examples like the one we're discussing today, those features can be faded, giving the coin a humble, well-traveled look. On the reverse, or the tail side, we see the Torch of Liberty flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing peace and strength, an imagery that connects directly with American values of resilience and unity. It's a design that has endured for decades and continues to capture the imagination of collectors around the globe. The cultural and historical values of this coin cannot be understated. It marks a time when America was still in the thick of the Cold War, when inflation and energy crises were shaping the economy, and yet the humble dime remained a backbone of daily commerce. For British audiences especially, this coin resonates with the idea of small change holding unexpected wealth, much like how certain UK 5 pence or 1 shilling coins have shocked the world with their hidden value. In terms of weight, the 1978 Roosevelt dime comes in at 2.27 grams, with a diameter of 17.9 millimeters, composed of copper-nickel clad over a pure copper core. While these physical numbers sound ordinary, it is the scarcity in certain high-grade conditions that transforms them from pocket change into treasure. Now, let's move into the key facts and the big money figures that will truly get collectors' blood pumping. While a dirty circulated 1978 dime without a mint mark might trade hands for just a few cents on eBay, the story changes dramatically in mint state condition. According to auction records and major numismatic markets, a gem-quality MS-65 example of this very coin has been valued at $5,400, and in some other verified sales it has shocked bidders by climbing to nearly $7,000. Websites like eBay have shown listings where even less than perfect examples generate bidding wars, and when graded by giants like PCGS and NGC, the top population coins can make collectors' jaws drop. Think about that for a moment. A dime worth 10 cents at face value suddenly commanding a price that rivals a used car or even a down payment on a home. This is where rarity and condition come into play for collector demand. While millions of 1978 dimes were struck, the vast majority are heavily circulated, scratched, or dirty like the one we have today. Very few survived in untouched condition, and those that did are aggressively sought after by collectors worldwide. The dirtier coins, while not fetching thousands, still represent a thrilling entry point into the world of collecting, and they remind us that treasures may be hiding in the most unexpected places, even in the back of a drawer or jar of loose change. For collectors, the tip is simple but powerful. Always check your coins, no matter how dirty, dull, or unassuming they may appear. A simple Roosevelt dime from 1978 can turn out to be a life-changing discovery if it grades high enough. And even if you don't strike gold, the journey of learning, trading, and expanding your collection can bring its own kind of profit and joy. For UK audiences especially, where American coins have a certain exotic allure, these dimes can be both a rewarding collectible and a potential investment that appreciates over time. So, in conclusion, the 1978 Roosevelt dime with no mint mark may appear to be an ordinary, dirty coin at first glance, but in reality, it carries a weight of history, culture, and potentially shocking value. From its roots in Roosevelt's legacy to its modern-day status as a hidden gem of the numismatic world, this dime reminds us why we should never underestimate the power of small change. Keep your eyes open, keep your hands searching, and who knows, you might just uncover a dime worth $5,400, or if luck truly smiles on you, even $7,000. That's not pocket change, that's a fortune in disguise. Next up I am speaking about the 1987 Roosevelt dime with a Philadelphia mint mark, often found in circulation and sometimes in extremely dirty or worn condition, but when uncovered in a high grade or a certified condition, it turns into a coin that collectors across America and even overseas are willing to pay hundreds and even thousands of dollars to own. This coin may not have the glamour of ancient gold, but its demand in the rare coin market is soaring like never before. To give you some background, the 1987 dime belongs to the Roosevelt series, which has been in circulation since 1946 following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the man whose leadership during the Great Depression and World War II left such a mark on history that his face was chosen to grace this important denomination. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, the dime of 1987 with its P mint mark was produced in the millions, but despite this high production, examples that have survived in pristine condition are surprisingly scarce. What makes the story fascinating is that while millions were struck for circulation, the vast majority have suffered wear, dirt, scratches, and heavy usage, leaving very few in gem-quality condition. This creates a perfect storm for collectors who are chasing perfection. Now let us take a closer look at its head and tail representation. On the obverse or head, you see the proud portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, facing left, with the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust, along with the year 1987 and the small P mint mark just above the date. On the reverse or tail, the design continues with the olive branch, torch, and oak branch, symbolic of liberty, strength, and peace, with the phrase United States of America, the denomination one dime, and the motto E pluribus unum. Even when found in a dirty condition, these details tell the story of America's values, and for collectors, the symbolism adds weight to the coin's cultural importance. Culturally and historically, the 1987 Roosevelt dime connects us not only to President Roosevelt's legacy but also to the resilience of American coinage during the late 20th century. For collectors in the UK, where coin collecting has long been tied to the legacy of monarchs, the appeal of owning a U.S. coin that pays tribute to one of America's most beloved presidents is very strong. It carries both cultural pride and monetary allure, making it a coin that feels almost like holding a piece of U.S. history in your hand. The fact that such a tiny denomination can carry such massive collector demand is precisely what makes it exciting and highly desirable. In terms of its physical features, the 1987 Roosevelt dime weighs 2.27 grams and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters. It is composed of a copper nickel clad over a copper core, the standard composition since 1965. While the weight and size may seem small, the value that this coin can command when graded highly is shockingly large. Now let's get into the key facts, rarity, and condition that truly drive collector demand. A dirty condition 1987 P dime might only be worth its face value in everyday circulation, but the rarity arises when a coin is preserved in high mint state grades such as MS65 and above. According to coin grading authorities like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, MS65 examples of this dime can command astounding prices, reaching around $1,700 in certain markets. Even more jaw-dropping, some exceptional listings and private auction sales on collector platforms, and even eBay have seen certain examples fetching up to $2,400 when the coin has been certified at top-notch quality with its blazing original luster intact. These figures are not just numbers on a page. They reflect the fierce competition among collectors to secure coins that stand out from the crowd. For UK-based investors and collectors, this means that owning such a piece is like holding a treasure chest in your pocket, one that can only grow in demand over time. Current market values vary depending on condition, and while a dirty circulated coin might remain at face value, the possibility of finding one in superb condition that grades out with top-tier certification is what sparks the rush. On platforms like eBay, You can see ambitious sellers and confident buyers driving the price beyond what many would expect for a modern coin. Meanwhile, PCGS and NGC populations show us how limited gem-quality coins truly are, and that scarcity is what fuels the skyrocketing prices. For collectors who want to capitalize on this opportunity, there are several tips that will make a difference. Always inspect your change carefully, because even dirty coins can sometimes conceal gems once cleaned professionally and graded. Always look for strong strikes, clear details, and minimal blemishes, and if you happen upon a coin that seems sharp and well-preserved, it is worth considering submission to a grading authority. In the UK, you might not find these coins circulating, but international markets and online auctions give you direct access. The key is patience, a keen eye, and the willingness to act when opportunity arises. In conclusion, the 1987 Roosevelt dime with the Philadelphia mint mark might look like an ordinary coin when found in dirty, circulated condition, but behind its small frame lies an enormous story of rarity, cultural significance, and collector demand. While average examples might be worth 10 cents, the gem certified at MS65 or higher can sell for anywhere between $1,700 and $2,400 depending on the market and competition, turning this everyday coin into a collector's dream. For our UK audience, this is yet another reminder that treasures do not always come in gold or silver, sometimes they appear in the most unexpected places. A simple dime that holds shocking value and a fortune waiting to be uncovered. Next up, the United States $1 coin from the year 1972, struck at the Denver Mint, proudly carrying the D mint mark. At first glance, a circulated dime from the 1970s might look like a simple coin with little value, but when we peel back the layers of history, rarity, collector demand, and modern-day market prices, you will quickly see why this small piece of American currency has the potential to fetch hundreds, and even thousands, of dollars on the auction block today. To set the stage, let's begin with the background. The 1972 Roosevelt dime was part of the series that replaced the Mercury dime in 1946, honoring the late President Franklin D. Roosevelt after his passing. The coin's design has remained one of America's most recognized, with the obverse featuring the dignified profile of Roosevelt and the reverse symbolizing liberty and unity with the torch, olive branch, and oak branch. This coin in particular, with its D mint mark, tells us it was struck in Denver, Colorado, a mint well known for high production numbers, but also one that has given us some of the most desirable Roosevelt dimes due to striking varieties and preserved conditions. On the head side, Roosevelt's portrait carries that iconic serious gaze, etched with fine details that can fade over time as coins pass from hand to hand in circulation. On the tail side, the flame of liberty burns bright alongside the branches, representing strength and peace. It's a design that resonates beyond the United States, as collectors worldwide, including audiences in the UK, see this coin as a representation of America's mid-20th century ideals and resilience. In terms of physical details, the 1972 D dime was struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition, weighing 2.27 grams and measuring 17.9 millimeters in diameter. While that sounds modest, it is exactly this lightweight, everyday nature that has made the Roosevelt dime series such a fascinating one for collectors. Millions of these coins were produced, but only a fraction of them survive today in pristine condition or with the kind of rarity that drives competitive bids among numismatists. Here's where things get exciting. The rarity and condition of the 1972 D dime matter enormously. A dime in circulation condition, like the one we're focusing on today, will of course carry wear, scratches, and possibly a duller appearance, but even those have attracted attention, especially if they show unique die errors or unusual minting flaws. But when you leap into the world of higher-grade certified coins, the value skyrockets. For example, according to recent auction results and pricing guides from leading platforms like PCGS, NGC, and high-traffic marketplaces such as eBay, a 1972 D Roosevelt dime graded at MS65 can sell for around $350. And if you climb further up the condition scale into extremely scarce and desirable grades, some examples have reached jaw-dropping levels of $1,300 or more at auction. These are not exaggerated figures. These are real numbers backed by sales records and the competitive demand of today's rare coin market. What makes this so appealing is that even in the UK, where American coinage is not commonly seen in circulation, the demand for Roosevelt dimes, especially scarce mint-marked issues like the 1972 D, is steadily growing. Collectors across the Atlantic are bidding aggressively for top-grade coins, and thanks to global auction houses and online markets, ownership of such coins is no longer limited to American buyers. This cross-market interest has elevated the coin's standing, ensuring that even modest condition finds are gaining traction. For collectors, the lesson here is simple. Condition is king. Always keep an eye out for Roosevelt dimes that look sharper, brighter, or crisper than the average circulated piece. If you happen to find a 1972 D dime in change or within an old collection, do not overlook it. Even circulated versions can carry premium value, and higher grade ones can be a gateway to significant profits. Submitting your coin for professional grading at PCGS or NGC can make all the difference, turning a pocket change discovery into an investment worth hundreds or even thousands. So, in conclusion, the 1972 Roosevelt dime with the D mint mark is far more than a common 10-cent coin. It is a slice of American history, a cultural artifact that symbolizes post-war strength and democratic ideals, and, most importantly for today's collectors, it is a coin that carries high demand and real market value. From circulated finds worth more than face value to pristine MS-65 examples climbing past $350, and the rarest high-end certified gems achieving over $1,300, this coin is proof that treasures truly can be hiding in plain sight. If you're in the UK or anywhere else around the globe, now is the time to keep your eyes open, because these dimes are climbing the collector's ladder, and those who hold them are sitting on potential small fortunes. This is the thrill of numismatics, turning an ordinary dime into an extraordinary find. Next up, the 1999 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark, found in fine condition. At first glance, it may look like just another dime worth 10 cents, but beneath its ordinary appearance lies a story of culture, history, and astonishing market demand that can turn a pocket find into a prize worth hundreds, and in some cases, even over $1,000. So let us dive right in and uncover the wealth hidden in this small yet powerful piece of American money. The background of the 1999 Roosevelt dime takes us back to the turn of the millennium, a time when the United States Mint was running high production numbers, yet small variations and condition differences were already creating unique opportunities for collectors. The Roosevelt dime itself was first introduced in 1946 as a tribute to President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the man who steered the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, and also helped found the March of Dimes campaign to fight polio. That connection between the coin and the charitable work of Roosevelt gives every dime a cultural and historical heartbeat, making it far more than just pocket change. On the head side, we see the bold profile of President Roosevelt, facing left, with the inscriptions Liberty, Indiana God We Trust, and the date 1999 neatly inscribed. Just beside the date, the tiny yet all-important P mint mark tells us that this coin was minted in Philadelphia, one of the busiest mints in American history. Turning to the tail side, we find the famous design of a torch flanked by an olive branch on the left and an oak branch on the right, representing liberty, peace, and strength. This is not just a design, it's a national statement frozen in metal, one that reflects America's enduring values at the close of the 20th century. When it comes to cultural and historical values, coins like this one hold a special place in American households and collector circles worldwide. For audiences in the UK and Europe, where American coinage is seen as exotic and highly collectible, the Roosevelt dime offers a small yet tangible connection to the United States history and values. Many UK-based collectors jump at the chance to secure pieces like these, especially when they appear in higher grades or from trusted auction platforms. It's not just about the metal, it's about owning a slice of America's story. In terms of physical specifications, the 1999 P Roosevelt dime weighs 2.27 grams, has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters, and is made of a clad composition with a copper core and a nickel outer layer. While the coin itself is small and light, its true weight lies in its rarity, its grade, and its desirability in collector markets. Now, let's talk about key facts and rarity. The 1999 P dime is not the rarest coin in circulation numbers, but finding one in fine condition, and especially in higher graded states, is where the value explodes. The key lies in condition and certified grading by respected companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company. A standard fine condition coin may only carry a modest premium, but once we step into mint state territory, especially around MS-65, the price rockets to unbelievable levels. According to recent research across several trusted marketplaces, such as eBay sales, PCGS certified auctions, NGC reports, and private collector platforms, 1999 P Roosevelt dimes in MS-65 condition have reached values of around $800, while rarer examples and certain auction results have pushed prices as high as $1,900. For a coin that started life as a mere 10 cents, this is an astounding return, and it shows the greedy demand collectors have for these hidden gems. Collector demand is driven by scarcity in high grades, visual appeal, and the ever-growing enthusiasm of numismatic communities in both the United States and the UK. British collectors, in particular, are often willing to pay strong premiums to secure American coins that are difficult to find across the Atlantic. With international platforms like eBay and major auction houses making it possible for coins to cross borders easily, a coin like the 1999 P dime can command global attention. For collectors who wish to secure such treasures, the best tips are to always keep your eyes open, examine your change carefully, and never underestimate the power of certification. A coin authenticated and graded by PCGS or NGC does not just carry higher value. It carries credibility that excites buyers worldwide and makes it far easier to achieve top-dollar sales. If you're in the UK or Europe, sourcing from trusted US dealers and participating in major online auctions can be the key to landing such coins. And who knows, you might just come across a $1,900 Roosevelt dime hiding in plain sight. In conclusion, the 1999 Roosevelt dime with the P mint mark is more than just an everyday piece of US currency. It represents history, cultural pride, and the thrill of modern collecting. With values ranging from $800 in certified MS65 condition to as high as $1,900 at auction, this coin shows that even the smallest denomination can carry the largest surprises. For collectors around the world, especially those in the UK market eager for American rarities, this dime stands as a golden, or rather, silver-colored, opportunity to secure wealth and history in one small package. Thank you for watching World Numismatic Finds. We hope you enjoyed uncovering the hidden fortune behind the 1999 Roosevelt dime. If you love discovering coins that look ordinary but turn out to be worth a collector's fortune, make sure you subscribe, like, and share this video with other enthusiasts. Your next great find could be sitting in your pocket right now, just waiting to be recognized. Until next time, keep searching, keep collecting, and keep uncovering the world's numismatic treasures.